Yes, good afternoon. Today we had a meeting between MOH and AMPATH Turkana. The participants were sub-county MOHs, sub-county SCASCOs, sub-county TLC, sub-county MLC, sub-county HROs, and sub-county pharmacists. Not forgetting that we had also DPHNs. It was an interactive meeting where we discussed various things. Basically, what we discussed more was data review. We also discussed closeout of the program by AMPATH so that they hand over to an organization who won the bid.
Good afternoon. As indicated by our program lead, today we had a very constructive and a fruitful discussion with the SHMT members across the 7 sub-counties in Turkana County. We focus a lot on performance across the treatment cascade, VMMC and the KP. Through the treatment cascade, we went through the first 95 and we actually commended the good work that was done within the first year, where we overachieved our targets. But it comes community testing initiative, which we began last year sometimes in October. It picked well, very well. And come this year, we've actually scaled it up to several sub-counties. We are doing it in Turkana West, we are having it in Turkana South, and still expanding it in Turkana Central. This initiative has been integrated to other services. And one thing that I would want to say, I think this is an initiative that is well pursued, and it is something that ought to be strengthened. But most importantly, it's an activity which is a little bit expensive in terms of resources, because you need to engage additional HTS providers for the partial kind of arrangement. You need community healthcare volunteers, you need community leaders. So the most important thing, besides the issue of resources, is that it needs a lot of technical support. We have actually observed that for those community units that were actually monitored closely, supervised by our technical team, we really achieved very good results. So it is our opinion that this community initiative should be scaled up across the county. Actually recommend that as much as we scale this community testing RRI, we need to be more objective, more targeted, by actually identifying hotspots where it's informed by data. So I would really suggest that mapping has to be done across the county, then flag out all the hotspots and carry on this activity within the identified hotspots, where you can be assured of getting new cases, rather than just implementing it across all community units. So I want to believe that if we go the targeted way, informed by index cases who are currently on treatment, I'm so certain that we'll be able to achieve new cases and improve on our case identification, which will translate to improved TX CAR.
Yes, actually during the discussion we had with sub-county teams, an idea came out which was strategic. One of the participants said that we found so many KPs during the community testing, and we did referral so that they could be enrolled in the program. everybody knows a sister or a brother who has happened to be in the KP. Therefore, she's saying that it's our turn to embrace these people and be able to be part and parcel of them. Yeah, it was really strange because normally people rarely discuss about KP program, but it was generally said by all the teams that that were present that KP program is now appreciated in Turkana because it has opened the eyes for most people. What we normally know culturally is that Turkana is a community that does not practice MSM. But after looking at the data, we found out that MSM in the host community were a half of all the registered MSMs in the program. Because in normal circumstances, you say Turkana is MSM, then for sure people would not take it light. However, one thing that makes it stand out is one of the sub-cascos in Turkana West is from Turkana community, and he really appreciates the services we are giving to MSM and KP in general. And he thinks that if we continue at that rate, we will have more people from the community who are MSM, and they can be registered in the program.
We had a very good ideas actually shared throughout the discussion, and one of the ideas that I really want to single out towards embracing journey to self-reliance is what was brought up by the VMMC focal person, who is the sub-casco for Loima, Mr. Edwin Kasongo, that the NASCOP has really done a lot of training of MOH clinical team on VMMC. 6 clinicians across the 7 sub-counties, 6 per sub-county, so a total of 42 trained. So to actually impress journey to self-reliance, we would want to recommend that moving forward, MOH clinicians who have been trained on VMMC by NASCOP should be engaged in carrying out this circumcision, especially within the sub-county hospitals that these clinicians are attached. By doing so, we will reduce the cost of operation, especially on HRH personnel, because we will be able to save on issues of salary and maybe just pay a stipend to the clinical team who would have offered those services. We were also encouraged by him informing us that per sub-county they have trained CHVs on demand creation, which has been our undoing as a program. So we want to encourage that moving forward, we will be engaging the focal CHVs who have actually been trained on demand creation, because we believe by the fact that they happen to come from within their locality, they are actually a solution to our low demand creation.
Yeah, during the discussion we had with sub-cascos and also the sub-county chiefs, it came very clearly that there are some of the sub-counties that were really neglected. These sub-counties were neglected in terms of being insecure, and most of the staff or even NGOs did not want to go there. Actually, one of the sub-casco from the north said very clearly that the only organization since he started working in Turkana that has done a great job was AMPATH, who have happened to go to Kibish and also it was echoed by his counterpart from the east because of Capedo and Lomelo. Therefore, what they requested is that the team that is coming to ensure that they go to Kibish as well as Turkana East.
From the discussion we had, it came out very strongly from the CAGMT members who are actually the hands-on MOH officers on the ground that through AMPATHPlus that a strong recommendation is made to the incoming implementing partner to transition or to take over all the facility staff, including the program team, to actually facilitate a seamless and smooth transition, and for the sake of continuity of services. And from our program point of view, I want to actually say that we had a very strong facility staff whom we actually recruited them through a very competitive process. So we want to agree with the MOH team that for the purposes of continuity of services and for the purposes of smooth transition, we encourage that the incoming implementing partner takes over all the facility staffs who have the better understanding of the facilities they are currently supporting, and also they have that rapport with the clients who they have been attending for the last 2 or more years, because most of these facility staffs we inherited them from either ECPAF or FHI.